Clever Little Mouse, written by Paul Ramage. There once was a little mouse. He was a very clever little mouse. He lived in the walls of a home with a family. One day the man of the house came home with a nice new bird feeder. He hung it from a tree in the backyard. That night, when the mouse woke up to begin his day, he saw the bird feeder hanging from a tree in the backyard. He rubbed his belly. His belly felt empty, so he decided to eat some of the bird seed. The clever mouse climbed the tree, scrambled down onto the bird feeder, and ate every last seed. His belly was stuffed full after eating the delicious meal. The next morning, when the man saw the empty bird feeder, he thought, "Who has been eating my bird seed? It was full yesterday." "An animal must have gotten into it," he said. "I will move it." The man rehung the feeder from a long wire so that no animal would be able to climb down and eat the food. Problem solved. The next night, the hungry mouse was hungry again. He thought about the delicious bird seed and knew he must have some more. When the clever mouse went out to the backyard, he noticed the feeder was full again. "Excellent," thought the mouse. "But what is this? Why is it on a long wire? How am I supposed to reach the food?" The mouse thought for a moment because he was very clever. He looked around the yard. He noticed a piece of rope coiled by the corner of the house. He put one end of the rope in his mouth and scurried up the tree with it. He hung the rope from a branch. The rope was thick and easy to climb. The mouse ate again until his belly was big and full. In the morning, the man saw the empty feeder. "How could this have happened?" he cried. "Who is eating my birdseed?" The man of the house remembered his 6-year-old son had seen a mouse the night before. "I bet that mouse is eating my birdseed." Well, that mouse is not getting any more of it. He strung a wire between two trees, making sure there were no branches nearby. In the middle of the wire, he hung another wire. After placing the bird feeder on that second wire, he said, "This will do it." That evening, the clever little mouse woke up very hungry. He had been dreaming of eating birdseed. He walked out to the backyard, ready to eat his meal, and saw the elaborate setup. "Wow, that funny man really likes to play games," thought the mouse. He scanned the yard for materials while he thought about what to do. First, he rolled a skateboard over to one of the trees. He retrieved some string from his mouse house. Then he got a bucket from the side yard. He hung the bucket from a tree branch using the string. He moved the skateboard directly under the bucket. He draped the hose over the branch and turned on the water. He stood on the very end of the skateboard, got in diving position, and waited. As the bucket filled with water, it became too heavy for the thin string, and eventually the string snapped. The bucket of water fell and landed on one end of the skateboard. The board flipped, which launched the clever little mouse high in the air and across the yard. The mouse landed perfectly on the bird feeder and ate until his belly was full. "Since the man likes games so much, I think I will set up a fun booby trap for him," thought the mouse. "First, I have to think of a clever plan." When he was finished drawing his plan, he went back outside. He picked up the bucket and some rope, tied the rope to the handle of the bucket, looped it through a hook in the eave of the roof, and closed the door on the rope. The mouse tied another piece of rope to the bottom of the bucket and secured that to the roof. The mouse filled the bucket with water. The mouse smiled and snuck off to the hole in the wall where he lived. Then he went to sleep. In the morning, when the man woke up and looked outside, he saw all the bird food was gone again. "Ah, that mouse," yelled the man. He walked out the back door and went to look at the feeder. But right as he did, the rope let loose, the bucket flipped, and water dumped all over his head. "What a clever little mouse," said the man. The man of the house went back inside to put on dry clothes and started thinking of his next plan. The end. Now, I hope that all of you are taking the time out of your summer schedule, enjoying yourself, but also spending some time at your library or wherever your source of getting good books are. And I'm hoping and trusting you read at least 30 minutes a day. Don't forget, it will change your life.